Hey everybody, Brandon Jones here. I'm joined by Mr. Kyle Bossman.
Hi, buddy.
Not Irish anymore, joined by Mr. Daniel Bloodworth.
Hello.
And let's all go to the trailers. We are going to watch a trailer that we've never seen before called Please Don't Touch Anything as the launch trailer. Not the debut trailer, not the announcement trailer, not a gameplay trailer. This game's out.
Cool.
Please Don't Touch Anything. Have you heard anything about this?
No.
Never heard of the game?
I don't think so.
And we're just jumping right in.
All right.
Is it wrong to call your game Please Don't Touch It? You want people to touch your game, right?
Oh, it's a good title.
Yeah, I think so. I think
So please, it sounds like a museum, right?
That's a dare. Yeah.
Maybe you're like going through a museum and you can't. It's probably like Spikes. Maybe it's like a 2D game where you got to move around like a Flappy Bird, where it's like, oh, don't touch the sides.
Yeah, it's very.
Right.
It's gonna go for some comedic appeal too. We can count on that. It's gonna try to make us smile.
Kyle, betting on comedy. Here we go. Wow, super moody. This place feels weird. This trailer feels weird. Whoa.
Wow.
Do we think this text is part of the game, or is this just in the trailer?
Feels like part of the game.
This is the beginning of the game for sure. Reminds me of like Papers, Please.
These are the thoughts that I'm having in my head. I hope so.
Please don't touch anything.
We gotta get somewhere. Wow, snarky text. Okay, so they want you to touch things, actually.
Yeah.
This is a very misleading title. Really slow pace. Okay.
So it's cool. We're getting like hints and things. Like, oh, that's it. I'm in. That was a good
You're
teaser.
in, of course you are, Kyle.
That's a very good teaser. I like the math problem we get to solve. Do you see how I would like grab the Y's?
Grab your screwdriver, grab your hammer, work. 1 equals 11 equals 21 equals... Okay.
And so like those are all fun hints. Like the Y for A, you know what I mean? Those are both buttons on a controller. I bet we switch those around. This is fun. Like,
I feel like this is literally a slice of gameplay, and this is one of those games that you kind of beat your head against the wall trying to figure out what you're supposed to do next.
Well, this is a launch trailer, though. I gotta know how much this game is. I mean, this game is like free. What? This has got to be free.
Oh no way!
You're gonna pay money for this?
Yeah.
What if there's literally one other thing to this trailer, Kyle? What if this game is literally only 30 seconds longer than what you're looking at right now? Because I'm not getting the idea that we're going to any other environments other than this.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm on board. I think so. If this is your game, if you got to make the trailer for Please Don't Touch Anything, I think you did a really good job. Do you know what I mean?
I don't.
What else do you do if it's a game where you only look at this one panel? How do you make that trailer? And so I like what they did here, just with the beginning, just the hook, basically.
So I guess we just like wake up in this room and we have no idea what we're doing. Like, you know, are we employed by a company? Do we get this job? Maybe that's your thing. Like you know,
right.
you
You
have
could have
something with some
titles, I
voiceover
guess.
that explains like, okay, welcome to your job. Whatever you do, go in this room and don't touch anything. And then you see it. Yeah, of course you would like it, Kyle. This is one of those things that frustrates me because it's like we're going to intrigue you by not showing you anything, you know? And like I need more stuff. I mean, I got in trouble last week because I needed more from a trailer that you guys dug. But
yeah, I feel like this is entirely the situation you're put in when you start this game. I mean,
do we think this text is in the game?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it could be. It could or it couldn't. I think it could go either way. I think this might be sort of them drawing your attention to what's going to be going through your mind, because I think you could literally just be placed in front of this and have to. All right, well, I guess I'll touch something now.
It's also a very presumptuous trailer because, like, I wonder what city that is. Like, I don't. It's clearly not a city. It's like a made-up block city of Tetris pieces. So then they like put that thought in my head where they're like, I bet you're wondering what city that is. And I'm like, I'm not actually. And it's like, oh, maybe we can do that. And it moves like way slower than I would. You know, like I would have clicked that button within 2 seconds of playing this game. I would be more interested in this game. Again, it's terrible because I'm talking about the game and not talking about the trailer. But if we were constantly introduced to new environments, you know, if after we figured out the whole thing that makes this control panel tick, then maybe we get a different control panel or a different setup, or also have the, you know, so if they sold this concept as this game is going to put you in situations where you're not supposed to touch this stuff, but you're going to want to anyway, because ever since like the age of 3, we all just wanted to push every button we could possibly find.
Or what else are you going to do? I mean, yeah, you're pretty much stuck here having to do something.
Also, man, the text is like centered sometimes and it's not others in the thing. Like, oh, that drives me crazy.
Oh, and strange English. What are we supposed to do with these instruction?
who's saying that?
Yeah.
You know, it's like is the button saying that? You know, it's like it's not an arrow pointing to the button. It's actually a speech bubble.
Yeah.
So is someone in the room like talking to us? There's no voiceover. It's tough. This is one of those issues where it's tough to separate what we think of the game from the trailer, but we need to do it fast because this is a really short trailer. 5.8.
Brandon, you're not gonna like this.
I'm gonna love it, Kyle. I'm gonna love it. Kyle, you're gonna endear me more than you ever have. I'm gonna be when you give high scores like this, I just want to start the next episode right away. Can't wait.
It's a 9.
Ah!
What?
I think this is a really good trailer for what this game is. I think it's a good trailer for the game. It intrigues me. It presents the game as the game should be. You know, and it's presenting us what this game is. You got to work with what you got always. So I'm into it. I like it. I want to play this game. I'm intrigued.
The problem you're faced with now, Kyle, is I'm gonna force you to play this game.
Okay. Well, did you do it? Just played on it.
Yep.
Okay.
You're streaming this game tonight. I don't know if I told you that. What do you think, Blood?
I think I'll give this a 7. I don't know. I guess the trailer's fine. Maybe that's a bit too generous. Maybe I'll give it a 6. 6. That's the real score. I think the trailer's fine in terms of giving you an idea of what you're getting into in the game, but I think it would have been better to have gone outside the box, especially if this is the game. It would have been better to have done something to establish what you're going into. Like some kind of story thing, walk into the room or something.
So you want to play this, Kyle?
Yeah.
Like bad, right? You're like, oh, I really want to play that.
He wants to touch
Yeah.
something.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. So those are the trailers we're talking about this week. Other trailers that I recommend you check out: Assassin's Creed Chronicles not only introduced China, which is the first, the new Assassin's Creed game that you're gonna be able to get your hands on. They also showed gameplay from the other 2 parts that make up the trilogy of Assassin's Creed Chronicles, which is this new side-scrolling.
Yeah.
Which it actually is not the first time that Assassin's Creed has done this. The mobile Assassin's Creed games kind of follow a similar style. We recently had Just Plays with Andrea Renee, who really dug them. So I have to admit, I had her thoughts going into this and was kind of curious, and I thought they did a good job representing the different styles. That they did a good job of basically selling this concept, not as like, this is the next big amazing thing from Assassin's Creed, but like, we're committed to this. You know, like, there's 3 different characters. We're going to tell you who they are by name. We're going to tell you a little bit about who they are. I believe you actually hear them speak, which is cool that they, you know,
Yeah.
I like having all their ducks in a row before they introduce something. You know, a few things piss me off more than a trailer that seems like they're selling the game before they really know what's going on.
Assassin's Creed games trailers always use music very well, and it was interesting to see this use its music so well, because obviously it doesn't look great. You know, the animations are chunky, but it still feels like a big event because of like using new music and the way that I always like the way they use music.
Yeah, I think this is just a good way of like, really revealing what they have going on and showing off all 3 games. Really making sure that like those art styles come across, because that's you know, it's interesting that they're reflecting the environments with each different art style.
I want to talk about 2 CG trailers back to back: Asteroids Outpost and Skyforge. Asteroids Outpost is one of my favorite trailer genres, which is some big cataclysmic thing is going to happen. We're going to freeze it. You're going to move through that environment in slow motion and look at all of the amazing things happening. And
in this case, still not know what's going on.
We do that in Skyforge too.
we do that in Skyforge, yeah. Which is why I did set that up, Kyle, that I was going to talk about these back to back.
Gotcha,
But thank you
okay.
for clarifying. One thing that I did like that I didn't pick up on the first viewing was did you see the symbolism with the fish in the bowl?
No.
And the fish bowl explodes.
What symbolism is there?
Well, you see, you're on an outpost on an asteroid, so you are a fish in a fish bowl because your oxygen is limited to your environment.
Okay.
So I the vibe that I got in this trailer is that the whole point is like keeping this outpost alive from all of these attacks. Did we need to see gameplay in this trailer? Is it okay for? I mean, this was a fairly big budget trailer of a game that I hadn't heard of before.
You hadn't heard of this before?
Asteroid Outpost? No.
No, I didn't.
No, this is Asteroids Outpost. This is related to the original Asteroids.
Thank goodness. I mean, lore-wise, we've been waiting forever for that to continue, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, because of that, I thought, is this a mobile game? So I looked it up. It's not a mobile game. This is a heavy PC game.
I got a strategy vibe. I definitely
Yeah.
got some kind of a sim vibe from this, where it's like the whole point. It's kind of like FTL, but like you're stuck on an asteroid, where it's like you have to manage and make sure that the people survive that are in this outpost, and make sure you're able to protect it from forces attacking it from outside.
That's so funny. I didn't get that vibe from this trailer at all. I think because the first thing you see is like something getting shot.
You see the fishbowl. You start with a fish, and then that fishbowl explodes.
Right.
Yeah.
So like when you look at the game, it's like adventure out, gather resources, do this and this and this. The trailer's very violent, I guess. It seems like, oh, okay, this is like a action game, is what I thought my initial impression was. Did you not get that impression?
I got the same impression because I gather that what we're looking at is a fail. Like, basically, we're looking at that moment right before you're like, okay, I'm starting a new game. It's just like everything has gone to hell. Everybody's dead. Everything's going to blow up. And this is what you don't want to happen. But it's kind of hopefully selling up the scale of all of the terrible things that can go wrong, which can be fun. If you're playing SimCity, it's always fun when a big dinosaur comes rampaging through and everything lights on fire and all your citizens die. Skyforge, on the other hand, don't really know what's going on here. Not a lot of clues. We see a hero get ignited by fires that might possibly contain memories of people aspiring for things, and then the person suddenly feels like they can fly, and then they fly up and look at a spaceship. And I'm just like, I needed a little bit more. I need a little bit more. I need that on a t-shirt. That's just, I keep saying that over and over.
That is a cool t-shirt, actually.
I need more.
I Need More is a great t-shirt. Honestly, I think you're seeing his progression through an RPG. First you fight the rats, and then you get you had a bow, and then he had a weird hammer that crashed everything. I feel like
we're baby in there at some point too, right?
Yeah, I feel like we're watching him progress through an RPG, and then he gets to become a god.
But he doesn't know where he is at the beginning, but then he's totally cool with it by the end.
Yeah.
Do we think he's just rolling with it, or he lost his memory and then regained it, or is he just like, hey, I'm in an RPG, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think it's definitely his memory because of especially the rat scene, because you see the rat, and then you see him feel the scar on his face.
Ah.
Sure. So
that's a legitimate clue there, Blood. Nice. Okay, yeah. So they do tease a couple things. Again, I thought Asteroids Outpost. At the same time, we know a little bit about the story, but and I'm guessing a third-person action game, because we see him fly up in the air and go flying around, and so he better fly, man. I mean, if I play this game and he ain't flying, you've done a poor job in selling it. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, again, just spends a ridiculous amount of money. So this is not a ad for their new expansion. This is not even an ad for a part of their new expansion. This is an ad for a part of their new expansion. And has a live action component, has, crazy camera work going around, showing off all the stuff, has John Malkovich delivering a better performance than this expansion deserves by far, and really, really sells it on all fronts. I think the only thing I can negatively say about it is it reuses some clips that I've already seen before, but it's how many cutscenes are in this? One piece of one part of the zombie expansion. But yeah, super budget, which feels bad to give credit to something for just throwing lots of money at it, but they do a good job. It's what they want to do. It's what I was surprised when I saw Asteroids Outpost. I was like, whoa, you're bringing it.
Not only that, they're having fun.
Yeah. When
you see, if you look at this trailer and say, this is stupid, look at the Burger Town shot, and then it's yeah, they know. You don't, they know what this is. They're just having fun. Have fun with them. And finally, Dirty Bomb Open for Business trailer. I thought was kind of funny. I thought it had a good attitude. It's always tricky when you try to do something jokey with your trailer. We were talking last week how Borderlands went completely off in the wrong direction that we felt. And I thought it wasn't too much of an attitude. It wasn't like Sunset Overdrive where you're like, whoa, slow down. Yeah, it's funny, but you're just 30% less jokes, please. And I thought the joke to actual serious gameplay demonstration ratio was fairly balanced in this trailer.
I thought the whole idea of you're gonna get a job, and they just went through all these things, and some of them were very game related, but then some of them were really, really cheeky.
Throw a party.
Yeah, throw a party. Blow things up. That tagline at the end, though, that's an off-putting tagline. It's difficult to learn, impossible to master. I'm
that's not a sell.
Yeah, I'm I see what you're playing with there, but it's not working.
I think it's also a danger too if you're making a first-person shooter, you kind of have to realize that you're in a massive genre, and so I think it's always dangerous to have the vibe of just stop playing everything else and play this. And more we realize we're one slice of the pie, and here's what we're doing differently. And so, if you like this kind of thing, then jump in and enjoy it.
I think that's exactly right. I think they're showing they have classes that are in other games, and so this is a unique way to present them. The actual last line I actually really like is "Get rich and die trying." That's so good. And die trying. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
So Kyle likes the comedy writing. They pulled it off.
He pulled it off somehow. I mean, I didn't chuckle at it. I just think that's good writing.
You didn't do a reverse chuckle. You didn't sneer at it.
Yeah, it didn't make me mad.
I got to admit, it doesn't make me feel terribly good to do it, but I got to give it to Call of Duty. Kyle and I talked about this briefly before the show. Are you still feeling Call of Duty, Kyle?
I think that was
trailer.
I think that was the best trailer of the week. Forgive me.
I think I'll give it to Call of Duty as well. Yeah, it's just kind of. I feel like Halo's kind of close to it, but it definitely has got me more questioning than anything.
But yeah, again, it's not just money. It's not just like fast cuts and lots of crazy music and stuff. It's really how they package it. And again, it never hurts to focus on one very, very laser-specific aspect of your game to really, bring that up and sell it and show that, like, on its own, this is a cool thing. If you didn't know anything about this and you just watch this one trailer and you think, wow, that looks really cool, I'm going to buy this for that. And it's like, did you know this is actually just one component of this expansion? And so you're not only just selling this one thing, you're selling one part of something, and so it makes the grand whole of the expansion feel greater than just one thing.
Like we talked about with Shin Megami Tensei, it's presented well. It's presented in an order. It's telling a story through which the shots they choose, and like dialogue that's chosen as well. It's all good. It's a well-made trailer. Drives me crazy.
Those are the trailers this week. Tune in for another episode of Let's All Go to the Trailers next week. Have a good one, guys. See you soon.